Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a lot of news this week. Paige Shiver is doing her first interview since the Ciarnan Moore situation dropped. Brendan Sorsby became the most relatable football player ever. NC State's quarterback CJ Bailey is pushing scams on his Instagram stories, and we are picking some old logos. So stick around. They're eating the dogs, Ciarnan, in Tuscaloosa.
They're eating the dogs.
You know that?
They were
They're
eating
the dogs.
Oh, a meth raccoon.
Yeah.
Just awful. There is nothing good about this. It's the worst possible scenario for the CFP, for the national championship.
Notre Dame is a mid-program with really good marketing.
And the Michigan players are going to look at that, and anybody who's committing to Michigan in the next years will just go, I want to beat them even more. Like, I wanted to beat them when I first came to the school. Recruits are going to see this.
You have, as some fans have put it, a mascot flashing their pop tussie out.
Oh, God, that's going to be part of our intro next year. Oh, shit.
How you doing, Ciarnan?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Did I tell you I got subpoenaed?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I got subpoenaed like 15 minutes ago.
That's how you start a fucking Jesus podcast. What can you tell or no?
Yeah, no, I can. It was by the Supreme Court. I didn't know they subpoenaed people to the Supreme Court, especially people like me. I am being subpoenaed, which means I have to appear in front of the court, but I'm being invited because of a law violation. So I broke a law, which the Supreme Court doesn't handle, and I'm being invited to appear in front of them, and I have to click a sketchy link to view my case. Should I give them my social security number, my mother's maiden name, and my childhood nickname? They're the Supreme Court. They're not going to do anything bad with it.
You should definitely give them your mother's maiden name.
No, it's actually, I've received a subpoena. I can't even tell if you can read that. But yeah, so that was a fun email to get to my work email.
That's cool.
Scammers are that's kind of thing that it would get people, but it's so lazy.
Yeah. That seems a little pathetic.
Yes, because the Supreme Court subpoenas people from no reply at member-services.info email.
Yes, because of course they do.
Instead of their usual MO of just sending federal agents to your house.
Yeah, if the Supreme Court wanted you to appear before court, you would have a SWAT team outside your house. Your windows would be busted in, door broken down, and detained.
Yeah, I don't even know how badly you'd have to mess up to jump right to the Supreme Court. Usually it's, hey, I'm appealing this decision based on some aspect of the law, and you go up to the Supreme Court, and then they decide if they want to hear it. Me just jumping right to the Supreme Court is wild.
They don't come to you. You go to them.
Yeah. Speaking of wild things.
Oh, boy.
Paige Shiver, who was Ciarnan Moore's affair partner, whose house he showed up at with a knife threatening to kill her and himself, has given an interview. Aired on Friday. In the interview, she said that she began seeing Ciarnan Moore in 2022 when he was the offensive coordinator under Harbaugh. A few highlights. She says she loved him, but now she knows better. It wasn't love. He had control over her career. He always had a story kind of saying, oh, my life will fall apart without you whenever she tried to leave. She has Pompe disease. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's a muscle weakening condition. She was knocked up by Ciarnan Moore. Doctor said, you shouldn't keep it. Ciarnan said, you have to do what's right for your body. And apparently it was an open secret at Michigan. Everyone knew what was going on, but nobody did anything about it. And Shiver would go on to say it was all about winning there. That's all they cared about. Ciarnan, what were your thoughts on some of these quotes?
It's kind of all over the place. They didn't do a lot of winning, at least not with Ciarnan Moore. The I'm a little conflicted with the whole which side he was trying to play there, because he kept coming up with stories to make her stay, which is classic manipulation tactic. But also at the same time, he was very respectful of the fact that he's like, it's your body, your choice. So I'm like, which is correct. But I'm like, yes, good, bad at the same time, terrible.
I don't, obviously, tone and context of the whole conversation matters there. I think he was very much I want to tell you to do this. I am married and a high profile person as the at minimum offensive coordinator of the University of Michigan football team. But he did not want to go out and say that. He wanted to play the good guy who's like,
yeah, very much so.
He 100% was like, please, I will give you the $700. Just I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
But I came away from this, and obviously go watch I think it was Good Morning America interview. Yep, Good Morning America. Go watch the full interview, read the full clips. We're not going to break into all of it. How can Ward Manuel have a job after this?
I have no idea. That's wild. Start to finish.
With the fact he fired Sherrone Moore without a human resources representative there, potentially contributing to his spiral, which put Shiver's and his own lives at risk due to this mental breakdown he suffered from. And on top of that, everyone knew about it. I think it dings Harbaugh's, I'm a good person message. If anyone on my staff or my team has a baby they don't want, I'll adopt it. Meanwhile, Sherrone Moore is paying for an abortion. So I think this just really puts an even darker cloud over the Michigan program, John Harbaugh's reputation. It's interesting. I'm curious what Harbaugh will say about it. I don't know if he will. I don't really know if this is the end of it or if it's just going to get 10 times worse, because it felt like after Moore was arrested, it was going to get way worse. Then Moore came out and then he got his probation. Like, okay, that's it. And then you had this interview. And what is going to come next for Sherrone Moore and Michigan?
I don't really think there is anything that's going to come next, because it's pretty much the end of the line for this whole story. It's like the only thing that could make it worse is if like something genuinely insane happens to one of them and like this whole thing gets blown wide open again. But I think we're pretty much past the worst of it, I would assume.
I have no way of knowing this. This is not an informed question or take. I'm not leading anyone anywhere. Are we sure this is the only woman?
Oh, God, no.
Because I do feel like when someone of this high profile cheats, it's rarely with one woman.
Mike Vrabel?
It might not be. No, Mike Vrabel did nothing wrong. It's fine.
He's an upstanding gentleman.
He's an upstanding gentleman who's committed and all that. He definitely did not have sexual relations with an NFL insider. I barely know her. And father a child with her. No, it might not have all been full-fledged relationships, but I think there are probably more. And I doubt Sherrone kept his craziness just for Paige.
I see what you mean, yeah.
So I think that's the only way it can get worse, if this becomes a pattern instead of a one-time mental break.
Please just let it be one. That's basically all I'm saying.
Yeah, I really should have waited to do the intro after this part to kind of cut where we were talking about the more serious stuff. But we'll just move on. We talked about Luther Davis a couple of weeks ago, the former Alabama defensive tackle. I almost said defensive tackle from Alabama. He is not a current player, who put on wigs and faked being various athletes to get a bunch of loans. I think $20 million was the final number. He has pled guilty to his charges. I think that was just a little bow on it. I don't really have a take on that, Ciarnan. Do you?
No, I mean, he's going to prison for a crime. Yeah, no duh.
Yeah. I still think, though, that whoever believed it was Michael Penix Jr. and Xavier McKinney,
Yeah.
they also should go to jail just for incompetence.
Yes, yeah.
We talked about it before.
They absolutely should. Yeah. One quick Google search. Like, here's the thing. Like, impersonating a person named John Smith, fairly easy to do. You could get away with a lot of that there. Michael Penix Jr. is a very specific name that you would have to live under a rock to not even Google search the name.
Yeah, especially like active players.
Yeah.
Look, if he wanted to fake being a retired player who he looked kind of similar to, you could just kind of play it off like, oh, Jesus, he put on some weight after he finished playing. An active safety and quarterback, why would you pick those two? And look, David Njoku, Ciarnan, you pointed out last time we talked about this. With big people, there is like diminishing returns of seeing, whoa, that's a big dude. And eventually they do look similar. So I do see that. But the other two, it's
not even close. That's the thing.
Yeah, no.
If you said, oh, my name is David Njoku, I'd be like, look up who that is and go, yeah, okay. Yeah, I see it. Maybe not exactly, but like it's close enough and probably have a fake ID to some extent. But like, it's wild that you would choose active players that are big names in the NFL going, yeah, surely this is a person that I can impersonate.
Yeah,
much funnier if he said, "Oh, my name's Aaron Rodgers," and just completely deadpanned. My name is Aaron Rodgers.
I wish that's how he got caught.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Like he did the McKinney, he did the Michael Penix, he did the David Njoku, and he got a little too confident in it and just went up. Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers, 5-time MVP. Sir, I'm not a big football fan. I'm 99% sure Aaron Rodgers is white, but what do I know? Maybe I don't know football that well.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. You're not him.
Yeah, but moving on to more crimes, Ciarnan.
Yeah,
it's a very crime-filled episode.
That's all we've got now. There's no actual football.
That's true. Brendan Sorsby has become the most relatable college football player I think we've ever seen here. He is checking himself into rehab due to a gambling addiction where between 2022 to today, he placed an estimated 10,000 bets, up to 20 a day. He would go to Reds games because he was at the University of Cincinnati and place live bets on balls and strikes. Ciarnan, what are your thoughts on Brendan Sorsby's rehab?
Here's the thing. If you have an addiction, you should definitely seek help. It is, I don't want to say funny. It is kind of weird, ironically funny, that instead of an NFL or a major league player betting on college kids, it's the other way around. I find that quite humorous. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't necessarily care about betting on baseball, to be honest. Yeah. I do think they should monitor it, and you should have to report what you're betting. But I do think, if they're betting on professional baseball or something, yeah, there is the chance for interference, but it's not as strong as if they're betting on their own games. And initially when I saw this, I was like, oh, he's definitely just trying to get out of jail with this one. Not literal jail, but it's like, oh no, I have an addiction. I'm going to rehab to get this looked at, get a little sympathy, get sort of the NCAA and Texas Tech off his back, although I don't think Texas Tech would do much. They'd be like, just play, just throw touchdowns, but get him off his back. But then I saw the 10,000 bets. I was like, oh no, he is addicted.
Yeah, that's something else.
It's not great. It's And on top of that, the portal's closed, so Texas Tech's kind of screwed for quarterbacks. Their current depth chart has Lloyd Jones, the redshirt freshman, as the backup. He does have an 80% completion percentage in his career. He threw 5 passes last year.
Not great.
But Ciarnan, with 4 attempts, half of those were touchdowns.
Oh, not bad.
So if he throws the ball 200 times this upcoming season, the Tailgate and the Quad Analytics Department is predicting he will throw 100 touchdowns.
Legendary.
So maybe Brendan Sorsby's rehab stint is the best thing for Texas Tech here. Is there anything the Red Raiders can do? Should they just start tampering?
Honestly, yeah, you'd probably get away with a fine.
Like, just slide into someone's DMs, be like, hey, we've already have the method to do this. You unenroll, enroll here, and then walk on. And we can't give you a scholarship, but we'll just give you enough NIL money to more than make up for that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's one of those things with, like, do you stick with the devil you know versus the devil you don't? And in this case, it's very much a case of, well, we have backups, but how good are they going to be?
The devil you know in this situation is a gambling addict. The devil you don't know is better.
Well, yeah, but like you have to understand that I don't know if he's going to play this year.
He's not. I think he's done.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Football.
That's what I mean. Like, you have backups, but like, do you just say screw it and just call up some guy that, from high school or whatever that you're looking to get into your roster, or whatever the case may be, and just deal with it that way and just pay a fine if you get caught.
That's fair. There also is some conspiracy theory going around with this, Ciarnan. Allegedly, Brendan Sorsby owes the University of Cincinnati money from his NIL deals, that he owes them a buyout, and he wouldn't pay it. Cincinnati knew about this to start the year and didn't do anything, and now they leaked the story. So, as sort of like a payback or punishment for not paying them the money they owe, I would say I don't think any school would be that petty, but no, they 100% would be.
Mm-hmm.
It takes one person to be petty in an organization.
Yeah. I actually, just following up on this, I know it wasn't necessarily a topic, but the Detroit Lions receiver, Jameson Williams, has reportedly filed a landmark lawsuit against the NCAA, the Big Ten, and the SEC on Monday. Williams, who played college football at Alabama and Ohio State, is suing 3 entities in the Los Angeles County Court over allegations that they used his name, image, and likeness without proper compensation. So the what is the old saying? The chicken comes home to roost, or whatever. It's all coming back now, where, like, improper image and likeness stuff from past players, retroactively applying new rules to old games and things like that, where you're just like, oh God.
I don't see how he wins this unless the NCAA is more incompetent than we even thought.
Yeah, it'd be one of those where they would have to screw up so royally that they were actively trying to just pay him, but make it as a loss in court. Like, that's how badly they would need to lose. Yeah,
and I think back pay was negotiated with athletes from the same time as Jameson Williams. I don't see how the NCAA's lawyers would allow them to give that money without some agreement signed where you go, I agree not to sue you for lost wages in the future if I accept this money.
Mm-hmm. It's just become a minor league. Like, that's all it is now.
Yeah.
It
is. And I'm glad they're not pretending otherwise anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, that is
true. Sort of has always been that. But It isn't going to go what Jameson Williams wants. He's not going to get a lot of extra money. We're just going to lose the college football video games again. That's what happens. I don't think that will go that far because with the current NIL structure, it might lead to athletes wanting to get more, and then we might lose it that way. But I don't think Jameson Williams will be the reason we lose it.
No.
But, Ciarnan, while we're talking about athletes, former athletes, current professional athletes hurting for money, CJ Bailey has a revolutionary way to get hits. The Texas Tech, or no, not Texas, NC State quarterback is running a nice little ad on his Instagram story.
Invest $300, get $17,500 back. Go check her out. She's legit.
He is telling people to send this random Cash App account $350, and they'll just give the person $17,500. It's free real estate, Ciarnan. It's free money. I don't see any downside.
I am so done. I am so done with these people. Okay. All right. There's a lot of things to unpack here. One, if it was just somebody on social media doing this, right, and people believe them, that's one thing. But this is not just somebody. This is a arguably professional athlete at this point, because he's getting paid, that is actively choosing to scam people, and there's almost no repercussions for it. What are we doing here?
There will be repercussions.
There will be, but there isn't.
Yeah.
To me, to me, this would lead to immediate arrests. Like that, in my brain, that's what this should lead to. This is so obvious a scam, it actually hurts my brain.
Yeah, it's not great. And also, if anyone can't tell, do not give that random number money.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's
any circumstances.
I don't care if it's $1. Do not give them any money. Yeah, and also he's a starter. Is his NIL package not good enough? He threw 25 touchdowns into 9 interceptions last year. At NC State, they're probably giving him a bag.
Yeah. That's wild to me. That is insane to me that would ever cross somebody like that and not immediately go, oh yeah, this is obviously fake. I don't my brain is not computing that. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's awful. It's really bad. Part of me feels like I don't even know how this.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I would not let my kids go to NC State after seeing this. They're not paying attention to these kids. They don't have their best interest. They just want them to go play football. And it's not great.
No, it really isn't.
But moving on to some places that I don't know if CJ Bailey or Brendan Sorsby will ever see, the NFL draft. I am vindicated, Ciarnan.
Yes, fair enough.
I was getting bullied online for my take in last week's episode about the draft. One of the comments, let me see if I can dig it up real quick, was about me saying Ty Simpson to the Rams. And I said, in the mock draft, I did have Ty Simpson to the Steelers, and I said, don't be shocked if he goes early. At 13 to the Rams. I like that pick. I think it should happen. Someone commented, one of a couple, you need to go see your doctor for some medication because you're sick if you think the Rams are drafting a quarterback with nothing special, older, weak NFL arm. Well, Phil, call me sick because I called it.
Actually incredible.
If you want to get hung up on the use of the word should instead of will, that's fine. If you think it was a bad pick, I'm not going to necessarily disagree. They are and win now. I think it's a good forward-looking move. But to say they're not doing it is insane. Kieran, what are your thoughts on draft night?
I don't really know, because I'm always so hesitant to make any wild predictions about draft, how well teams draft, because there have been 1,000 times where the number one goes bust, all your top draft picks go bust, and it's just a horrible season. There are other times where you get the lowliest of the low. I mean, we saw it with the Patriots and Tom Brady all those years ago, who has dominated the NFL for 20 years. So like, I'm always hesitant to say anything. I will say I was surprised at, I guess after the draft, I was surprised at how high Mekhi Lemon actually went. I know I had him at 2 to the Jets, and I'm so glad they didn't pick him, because it was one of those things I was just like, this is a legitimately stupid pick, but it's exactly the sort of thing that the Jets would do. But I was pleasantly surprised at them, and I was like, oh yeah, they're not picking him, but then they pick something that they don't even need. So I was just like, oh, okay, so we're back to square.
I would say edge was a need. I do think they picked the wrong edge. David Bailey,
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I think today David Bailey might be one of the better edges in this class. The problem is the Jets are not built to compete today, tomorrow, next year, and 3 years. They needed someone who, by that 5th-year option, the team will be competitive. That player will have developed to a superstar talent edge rusher, which I think Arvell Reese could have done. Instead, you let him go to the other New York team in the Giants at 5. I also think the Cardinals taking Jeremiah Love at 3 is the dumbest pick of the draft.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah.
That team needs so much. You take a running back when you're at pick 32, you just dominated the Super Bowl. All your guys are back, and you're like, well, we do need, I guess, a running back.
Yeah.
Sure.
We have the pick, but we don't need it.
Or you are like a year removed from a Super Bowl, your quarterback tears his ACL in week 1, and then you suddenly have a top 5 pick. Really, for next season, you don't need that much. Sure, we'll take a running back.
Yeah.
Allow our quarterback to come ease himself back into it, hand the ball off. No, not when you're having Jacoby Brissett at starting quarterback this upcoming year.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say this about and I think remind me if I'm if I got this pick right or not, but I think I did say Omar Cooper to the Jets. Didn't I at pick 30? I'm almost positive I did. I could be wrong.
You might have. I remember. Yeah. I think you did. I'll double check.
But I'm just looking at it now. I obviously I didn't really pay attention that far into round 6 of the draft, but they got Inez Cooper as well. The Jets did inside offensive line for Miami. I thought that was funny. Cooper and Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, they also got D'Angelo Pons. Damn.
I'm curious. I also don't know why. I don't hate the Jets picking Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah. That was an odd one for me.
I don't hate it. They're not going to compete this year. Now, look, were there more positions of need that they probably should have taken? Yes. However, he's an uber athletic tight end. They're going to be taking a quarterback next year when the quarterback class is much better. You get a big body, athletic freak target for them to throw to as a safety blanket.
Mm-hmm.
I like the pick, actually. I can't believe I'm defending a Jets pick.
Have they finally turned it around and are competent?
Not really. It's
the Jets.
No way. It's the Jets. There's no way that they've turned it around in year 1, I guess, technically, after barely or not even getting a pick. They're still bad. They're still the Jets. But, Ciarnan, we're going to move on to our big, super fun topic. where we are going to be picking SEC logos, our favorites, historically. And I will say, this originally is from Best Things Pod on TikTok. They do this all the time. I'm doing a little bit differently. Usually they pick between 2 logos. We are not picking between 2. We're picking between whatever number I felt like. I tried to get PNGs of them with no background. Some of them I couldn't find and went, screw it, I'm not trying that hard. So, without further ado, Kieran, we're just going to start with the SEC itself.
Oh.
And I'm not doing a full slideshow. Kieran, which SEC logo do you like the most? The really old one, the kind of old one, or the new one?
I think I like the old one. Not the really old one, but the old one.
The old one from 89 to 07, that bottom one. Also, if you're listening to the podcast, this is going to be a very visual heavy episode. Maybe pause, go to the Belly Up Sports YouTube and watch it there, because otherwise it's just, you're just not going to know what's going on.
I will say this. I'll give, if I was doing first, second, third, it would be old, new, really old. Because the really old is just boring. It's too simplistic. I like the new one just because I always confuse that with the Security and Exchange Commission, and I always find that funny. But
that's fair.
But the old one I think is the best.
I agree. I love that. That might be one of my favorite logos for a conference.
That reminds me of Enron.
What?
Enron. I don't know what it is.
About.
It's got the vibe. It's got the vibe.
I think this is the third time this offseason. By the way, we've talked about Enron.
Yeah,
the season needs to come back. It needs to come back.
All
right.
White collar crime. All right.
Next up, Alabama. And if there were just some color changes, maybe some minor change, like the Alabama logo for after the bottom one there did have kind of a more full seal look to it with the outlines and all that. I just went with the script A, but I'm just going to go top left. The elephant walking through the block A is a top 5 logo in all of sports history. I think I love that logo. It's my favorite logo I've ever seen. And ironically enough, they went from that to that bottom angry elephant, as my wife calls it, which is a bottom 5 logo in the history of sports. So I don't know how they can go from top. It's very much gives Alabama's history a great run, dominant top 5 or probably top 2 program all time. And then they go to absolute dog water.
I'm with you. I think the top left, the old block letter A with the elephant walking through it is just, it's so nice. I am a little torn between that bottom one with the angry elephant. I think that's really, I don't know, it's visually very striking, but I will concede on the fact that the old block A is the best one.
That one, Kieran, they started using that elephant one, I think, in 1998. And then in 2004, they're like, all right, that's enough. This was a mistake. All right. We're in agreement on this one, I think. Except Kieran doesn't agree with my hatred of this elephant. I hate this elephant. It's so ugly.
I don't agree with that. That's a good. I would like that as a team logo. If it had nothing to do with Alabama, I would think that was a cool logo.
Kieran, if I took that exact logo, that exact art style, and made it the same thing, but Nittany Lions, would you like it?
I mean, it depends on how you drew the lion, but yes.
It looks
if it looks like our mascot, then no. But if it looked like that, like a terrifying mountain lion, like with its teeth out or something, then yeah, I would like that.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
No, I disagree.
Oh, that thing's so ugly. I hate it. Let us know in the comments, by the way, if you disagree or agree with anything, or if we left out your favorite logo, or there's an uglier logo we could have used. There also was a really old one from Alabama that I just didn't use. Moving on to Arkansas.
Oh, boy.
Same vibe throughout its history.
The
top left one, the oldest one, from like the 30s. Looks like it's on drugs.
Yes. Yeah. The is the one to the right, is that one the next oldest one?
Yeah, so it's going
Yeah, so it's okay.
top
It's
left,
on
top
drugs.
right, bottom.
It's on drugs, withdrawal, trying to get more, competent. That's
See, I view it more as like looks like it's on drugs in the top left. Top right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna call a spade here. It looks like an old man who's about to use a slur. Bottom left, it just needs an outline or something.
Yeah, that is very, very weird.
I think it could be the best one if it had an outline, but I think the bottom right, the current Razorback, is the best one.
Definitely. Yeah, it would definitely go bottom right, bottom left, splitting hairs between the top two.
Yeah. I would go bottom right, top left, bottom left, top right. I think it's so funny, the one on drugs. He's good in Ciarnan. That's what it is. Moving on next to the Auburn Tigers. Now, I tried to go with official primary logos. Auburn has not had many. The top right has really just been their logo. I saw some places say the Sailor Hat Tiger. It has been an official logo. I've seen some places say it's a secondary logo. And then the Block A, I had to go to Wikipedia. I did not see anywhere mention that in its history, but I looked up Auburn 1923 football team, and that's the logo that popped up. So I like the Sailor Hat one.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's so Tony the Tiger-esque.
Yes, I think it does lose points in originality because every school seemingly has one of these logos in their history, but I do think it's the best.
Yeah, if you have to compare, apples to apples, and if it's other Auburn logos, that one's the best one, hands down.
Yeah, agreed.
I do like the AU. I will say that I do like the AU.
I don't hate it. I don't like the colors necessarily.
No, I do
as much. I don't like blue and orange, but
really? Okay.
It's better than.
Oh, that's why you hate Auburn, not for any of the other stuff they've ever done. It's the colors that are throwing you off.
Better than Tennessee's orange.
All right, man. Just say what you've been saying, man. Why do you hate Tennessee?
Man, I hate Tennessee because, first of all, it's...
I haven't used that video in a while. Had to
bring it back.
Yeah, no, I do think the AU's not bad. But moving on to Florida. For an athletic logo, I think top right.
Agreed.
For a logo in general, bottom.
Yep. Damn right. Absolutely.
You have the Gator, you have Florida, you have the UF in there.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it looks like it for all those still listening, it looks like a Pokeball, if that's how you want to describe it. Like you've got it up top is orange instead of red, I think, or white, whatever it is. And then with the Gator, and then the bottom is blue with the Florida logo, and then obviously.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Yeah, I love it so much. It's very cool.
Yeah. The F represents the actual grade I give that logo.
Yeah, it's very boring. It's
almost too simple.
They took Arial font, made it blue, and put an orange border around it. And they're like, that's enough.
Yeah.
We're good. Might not be bad on a helmet, but for a logo, like a throwback helmet they wear once every other year or something.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
For an official logo, it's bad.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Georgia. Now, top two, I felt were different enough, even though they are very similar, to warrant having both. But let me see if I can just zoom in here. You really can't. The eyes are messed up on both of them. They're the same dog. They look like they're suffering.
Yes, they do.
The G knockoff, Packers, Grambling, whatever you want to say. It's a same vibe as the Auburn one we liked, the animal in a hat. I think that is the best one.
Yes, yeah, certainly. I will say, out of all of the, what do you want to call that G logo? I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah.
The
we know which
generic
one
G.
the G.
Generic G. ironically looking more like a Pokemon ball than the other one I just mentioned, but I digress. That color scheme, the red, white, and black, looks better than every other generic G out there. But it is just plain and kind of boring.
The colors can only get you so far.
Yeah, exactly.
My last thing I'm going to say about these two dogs in the famous words of Lee Corso, that dog is ugly. These are awful.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
All right, moving on to Kentucky. And I had one thought when I saw these logos.
Okay.
The top left with the Wildcat head over the state of Kentucky is, oh God, the Wildcat that is tormenting our state is back. It is going to eat all of us. We are all screwed. Hug your loved ones, hide in your basement, and pray to whatever God you believe in. Then the second one is, oh God, the cat has started to come down from the drug-fueled bender it was just on in the first one, but we have contained it to the University of Kentucky's campus. We're good. And then the bottom one is, thank God we've gotten rid of the Wildcat that has tormented our state for far too long. Today is the day Kentuckians have looked forward to for generations, and we can all finally breathe a sigh of relief.
That was quite a monologue there, Kev.
With that being said, I think top right might be my favorite.
I will go top left.
You like the Wildcat?
I like the
Kentucky.
Yeah, I like the mountain lion Wildcat, whatever you want to call it, devouring the state of Kentucky.
That's fair. It's not bad. I think Kentucky might have. I wish the Wildcat was a little bit better on the Kentucky one. I do love state outlines on a logo. But I do think Kentucky's are actually strong top to bottom. Yeah.
I will say this: the Kentucky or the Wildcat head on the top left looks like a photocopy that you would get on a test in elementary school, where it's like all not like you can clearly tell what it is, but it's really difficult.
That's fair. Wait until we get to Missouri.
Oh,
Ciarnan. Just wait. Next up, LSU.
Oh, a lot of them. All right.
Who doesn't know what they're doing? Again, the sailor hat right there in the top left. You have a state outline in the top right, a drug cat in the middle, gradients on the bottom left. Bottom middle, you have the word mark with a tiger crawling over and a hurricane in the back. Weird choice for Louisiana. And then finally, just the straight up word mark. I think it's the sailor cat again.
Yeah, I'm with you. For some reason, the three with the cat logo, not including the sailor cap one, is I don't think those people know how to draw a tiger face on. It looks the proportions are off. I can't tell you which ones, but I can tell you that they're wrong.
The top right one, that tiger head, they still use that in some things.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying. But yeah, and then the gradient one is just very much aging itself. It's from the 90s.
Yeah, very, very.
And you can tell.
Word art.
Yeah.
Word art heavy. I will say, if I didn't have the choice of the sailor cap, I would go with the top middle. So that LSU with the arch around the tiger. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very much giving 70s, but in a good way.
Yeah.
While bottom left is 90s in a bad way, middle is 70s in a good way.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But I do agree. I do like it. All right. Mississippi State, who hasn't had much change in their history. I know they have the script state, but that is technically a secondary logo, so that's why it's not included. But I do think their current top right is the best one. Yeah,
definitely. The Bulldog is a little lame.
I don't hate it, but
but it's like it's fine. The MSU, I feel like the MSU doesn't really work because the M is too blocky. I don't really know how to explain that. Like it's disproportionate to the S and the U, I guess is what I'm trying to make a note of.
That's fair. I don't hate any of them though. I think they're all pretty strong.
Yeah, they're fine. It's just the top right's the best.
Yeah. All right. Missouri.
Oh, there we go. Ironically, the Tiger is better.
I was looking up, I think it was like 1000logos.net or something.
Okay.
And I saw this one. I'm like, there's no way that's true. There's no way it's just a photorealistic version of a tiger pouncing. At least they know how to draw a tiger head on, by the way. With the Mizzou block lettering under it. There's no way that's real. And then lo and behold, it was real.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of goes hard.
It kind of goes hard. I kind of love it.
Yeah.
I think the M with the paw in the top right, I don't.
Yeah, Michigan ripoff.
It's fine.
Yeah.
The paw makes it different. It's like they took Michigan and Clemson's logos and just stuck them together.
Yep. Lazy almost.
Yeah. I don't hate the bottom left, even though it is very similar to the Michigan block M.
It's, you know what it is? It's very high school. It's very high school
that's
Missouri.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. I do think bottom right and top left, shockingly, based even after my first reaction, are the best two.
Yeah. If I were to pick, I would arguably pick the current one, the bottom right. I think that one's the best. But other than that, it would have to be top left.
Top left is just so out there.
Yeah. I love it.
Also, the Z's in the Mizzou on that are so much thicker than they should be.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
I just noticed it now. It's not great. All right. Moving on to Oklahoma. I changed the background on this one. It's been blue. I changed it to gray. You're not going crazy. This red specifically, and the blue hurt my eyes. I figured it would also do that to other people. So I just decided to change it. With that being said, top left.
Yep. I don't think there's any disagreement with that.
I do.
Let's mock the top right for a quick second. That's horrible.
I was going to say, I do like the bottom right, the second most, but compared to the top right, like there's not much competition. That is the laziest attempt we've seen at a logo.
It really is. It's incredibly sad, to be honest. They must have had $0 for their marketing department or design.
If you're looking for a graphic design major, do not go to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
If that is, I know I said Florida. It looks like they took Arial font and just put a border around it. At least they took the time to put a border around it. Oklahoma just went, let's slide that U over. All set. It's perfect.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's it's really sad.
The bottom left, at least they tried a little harder, but it's not great.
No.
But yeah, no, I do really like the top left, weirdly.
Yeah, no, it's great. Old school logos like that just hit different.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a modern interpretation of that one. That would be fire.
I love modern interpretations of old logos. They do it all the time with Pat the Patriot up here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily want the schools to go back to it, but I like looking at them.
Yeah. So if you're a graphic designer and want to share some of your talents, just post a modernized version of the Oklahoma logo.
Please tag at Quad Tailgate, though, so I can look at it. Or Belly Up Kev. I just want to look at it.
Yeah. And
we'll retweet it, too.
He appreciates greatness.
I do. Moving on to Ole Miss, who've really had two logos, the Confederate and the script word mark. They did darken the blue and the red. It used to be a little lighter. I also tried to find a PNG of this, but the one I found also had his beard clear, which I hated. But Ciarnan, which one's better?
I mean, is there really a debate? It's the top left.
I was gonna say, can we say that? Can we still say that?
Yeah, come on. I mean, it's a logo. It's a cool logo.
I understand why they got rid of it.
Oh, 100%. But it is a better logo.
God damn, is it cool?
Yeah. It's like
awesome.
a Colonel Sanders meets a pimp.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is phenomenal.
It's great. All right. The Cox. I think the banner scholarship leadership is dumb.
Yes.
Objectively, I think you could argue just the bird would be the best logo.
Mm-hmm.
I think the banner knocks it down to 3.
Yeah, easily. The banner's unnecessary.
And it's dumb. I think the C with the cock in it, number 1.
I'm going to go old school, just the bird. That's number 1. C is number 2.
I don't know. Like that bird, it doesn't look as intimidating. I think it's the claws.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I think I don't know. I must be a sucker for old school logos because
that's fair.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If I didn't have the option, I would pick top right with the C. If I didn't have that option, but I'm just saying that original logo is really, really cool.
That's fair. I think it's more unique too.
Definitely, yeah.
Like I'm not saying like not a lot of schools of the Gamecocks are gonna have this bird, but I do think you have not seen logos like that before and since. So I get why you're saying that. I do just think the C's a little cooler.
Very
with the
fair.
bird in the C, and then the C, you just got to put up with it.
Yeah.
It's like you meet a 10 out of 10, but then they have that one thing that you're like, I don't love that. But
yeah,
it's the C for me. That's what the C is for me. It's that one thing I don't love.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Next up.
All right, man. Just say what you've been saying, man. Why do you hate Tennessee?
Man, I hate Tennessee because first of all, it's Tennessee, and I just hate them because they
Tennessee. I will say Rocky Top slaps. Ciarnan, which logo is better?
It's got to be the old one. The voles with the star in the center. It's 100%.
I do agree. I think the current one, that orange, is just so bad. I don't think the old one's better, to be honest.
In terms of color or in terms of design?
Color.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt my eyes as much.
Yes, agreed.
But
it's very 70s, 80s color orange, though.
But it's still that puke inside of a pumpkin orange.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt my eyes. So we'll go with that one. I also think it's more unique. It's cooler.
Yeah, very cool.
All right.
Whoa. All over the place.
Top left is from 1895 or something like that.
Love it.
It's like 1895 to 1901, 1901 to 1908. And then there were some other ones in between. There was a worse version of the cadet walking. And then obviously the last two are self-explanatory. I think top left is the worst by far.
Probably, yeah.
I can't even read what it says. The words under it you can, but I don't know what that logo is supposed to be.
What do you mean? It's an M, a C, and an A.
The top left, yeah. Knowing that, but if I just showed you that logo and said, Ciarnan, what is this? You would have no idea.
Come on. Like you couldn't. I mean, I get that you could decipher the other one because it's a little bit more clear, but I mean, it's not that far of a leap.
Yeah, it's awful. It's an awful logo. People in the 1800s contributed nothing to society. All right. I think the top two are the top left and top middle are awful. So I think that leaves us with 3 choices.
It leaves you with 3 choices.
Ciarnan, if you're gonna pick one of those,
hold on, we haven't gotten to the other 3 yet.
All right. The bottom 2 are from this century. Texas A&M, like every other school in that state, had to put a Texas outline around it, and then you just have the cadet walking in front of the T.
Okay, real quick here. Right off the bat, number 1 is the Texas A&M with the Texas background. As you have just said, you're kind of a sucker for logos.
I believe I said a slut.
Okay.
For logos with the state background.
With the state around it. I agree with Texas A&M's one. I think it looked really cool, really classy, very simple yet enough to differentiate it. The Texas A&M by itself, it's fine. It's perfectly acceptable, easy to use. I do like the cadet one. I think that's kind of fun because it's unusual for most schools. The middle top one is just a lazier version of the original, which I do like, and I'm going to put that at 2.
Oh, it's the worst. So I know I said I'm a slut for the state outline logos,
But you hate Texas.
Texas overdoes it. Every school in Texas does this.
All right. Fair enough.
Eventually you get diminishing returns with looking at the outline of Texas. The A&M one just gives me flashbacks to Johnny Manziel, and I don't like those flashbacks. I've already described my beef with people from the 1800s, so we're not even going to talk about those two in the top left and middle. My issue with the cadet is there's no way A&M is fitting behind his head. You're just getting to the S, and based on the rest of it, it's finishing like in the middle of his forehead. How are you fitting A and M from the middle of his forehead to the Aggies? They're not the Texas Aggies. They're the Texas A&M Aggies, unless they didn't have that on their football team. But it's an issue. And also they're fake cadets. It's not a real military school. But with that being said, with all my issues, I'll just go with the Texas outline.
He just needed to say something. That's all. That's all he needed to do.
Where that rant, he disappeared for a second. I don't like Texas A&M. Moving on to Texas. I don't know if the top left is an official logo. I did see historically they've used it to describe some football seasons, but from what I saw, the Longhorn is really the only logo they've ever actually used consistently. But Ciarnan, where are we leaning?
It's got to be the Longhorns. It's just better.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
All right. Glad we agreed. And Vanderbilt. This is not all of their logos. Same thing with LSU, by the way. That was not all their logos. Some of them, like this one in the bottom left, they did do that one immediately after they just got rid of the guy in the middle with the sword, so I didn't include it because that was lame. They should have kept the sword guy.
Definitely.
But, Ciarnan, which one's the best?
Sword guy, right off the bat. The first two with the gold V and the black star and the gold V outside of the black star, lame word art, barely registers on a logo. It's terrible. The white V, however, in the black with the gold outline, now that's better. It's not great, but it's better. And between the two just straight up Vs, I would go with probably the gold V with the black outline. I think looks better because I like that kind of gradient up to the top where it gets lighter.
Get gradients out of athletic logos. I hate them. I think they all look terrible. You're going to complain that the top two on the left side are clip art and then go, yeah, the one with gradient though is fine. That is screaming third grade book report. I hate it. Get all gradients out of logos. Get all gradients off of uniforms. They suck. You are not a third grader doing a book report on Huck Finn. You are creating a logo for an athletic program that people care about. With that being said, I highly disagree with your commentary on the first two, say they look like clip art. I think they are incredible. When Vanderbilt announced they were redoing their logo, they should not have done this gradient clip art bullshit in the bottom right. They should have just worked with their current logo, which is that middle one on the bottom, and made it a little bit more similar color-wise and with the V as the top left. I think a modernized version of that logo would have done much better than whatever this monstrosity is on the bottom right. And I just think the one in the top middle is a unique, nice little thing. It's a relic of its time. It should not be recreated or reused except on throwback t-shirts, but it's neat. The Vanderbilt with just through the V is just giving Alcorn State, but upside down. And Alcorn State's cool. Vanderbilt, you are not. And I don't know why they would get rid of the Commodore in the V. With that being said, bottom middle is the best logo Vanderbilt's had.
A less than shocking diatribe from you there, Kev.
I have opinions that I
Yes, you do. It's very obvious.
I also, when I see that logo, the V, the ugly ass disaster of a gradient fueled shit show that is that bottom right V, I just think of Diego Pavia, and I hate Diego Pavia.
Okay, I will grant you that, but let's not confuse him with the fact
that. With that being said, if Diego never went to Vanderbilt, right?
Yeah.
That Vanderbilt V still might be, along with the Alabama Elephant, a bottom 5 logo in the SEC's history.
Wow.
It is disgusting.
Shockingly bad take.
I would rather paint my bedroom Tennessee orange than look at that Vanderbilt logo every day.
I think you would have a stroke if you had to paint your bedroom Vanderbilt orange. Or excuse me, not Vanderbilt orange, Tennessee orange. Sorry.
Why? Looking at it, or just the fact that I was doing it?
Both.
That's fair. I hate that logo so much. It is awful.
That is. Look. Here's the thing. I will admit that gradients don't look great on most schools. The LSU one that we saw earlier was not great. This is a classier version of the gradient. It's not in your face. You're not going to notice it unless you're looking at it. It's subtle enough that it gives a nice shimmer, I guess, if you want to look as you see it on the black helmet or whatever. I think it's nice and it's classy. It's simple, but it's effective.
I will say they did show some restraint with the gradient, and I will give them respect for that. But all that respect immediately is lost to the fact that they still use a gradient.
Okay.
Like, Ciarnan, tell me that this logo would not be better if they just took the star in the bottom middle.
Yeah.
You make the V tops shaped like the top left. You kept it white, and you maybe changed that outline color to match the gold in the top left, and just say, here's our new logo.
I don't like that wide V on the top left.
Oh, no, you would still keep it thin. You would just make tops match, kind of similar to what they tried to do in this disaster of a gradient, but it still is thinner.
Maybe.
That's it. There it is. That's the entire SEC's logo history. Let us know in the comments which school has the best logos and the worst logos, and let us know which school or which logo is your favorite. And we'll do the Big Ten next week, Ciarnan. We'll do your conference.
Sure.
And then let us know who we should do next. We're going to go through all 10.
I have a question. If we do the Pac-12 too, do we do 2 schools or do we do the former?
We're doing the schools they've added.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So we're going to do the current Pac-12.
All right. Sounds good.
Even though some of them are basketball-only members, but we'll still do them.
Fair enough.
Just because we missed Pac-12 after dark. Yeah, that's our show. Ciarnan, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I think I'm good.
All right. So anyway, Vanderbilt's logo. Why would they? No. All right. Everyone have a good, safe, fun weekend. Make good choices. Don't drink too much. And if you do, do not drive after.
See ya.
They're eating the dogs, Ciarnan, in Tuscaloosa.
They're eating the dogs.
You know that?
They were eating
the dogs.
Oh, a meth raccoon.
Yeah.
Just awful. There is nothing good about this. It's the worst possible scenario for the CFP, for the national championship.
Notre Dame is a mid-program with really good marketing.
And the Michigan players are going to look at that, and anybody who's committing to Michigan in the next years will just go, I want to beat them even more. Like, I wanted to beat them when I first came to the school. Recruits are going to see this.
You have, as some fans have put it, a mascot flashing their pop tussie out. Oh,
Oh god, that's gonna be part of our intro next year. Oh shit.